I do think that at some point you can change your gender.
Okay. And then with that, do you think that people that are male should be able to compete in women's sports? So how many genders do you think there are?
It's a good question. I don't know where I'm from. There's only two, but in America there seems to be a new one coming out every day. So.
Do you think that people can change their race?
No, I do not know.
I don't think so. No.
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 I don't know about that one.
You don't think so?
No, not necessarily.
Like, as in terms of like being like transracial.
Yeah. Do you think
like-
that's a thing?
I don't think it's a thing.
I don't think you can change your race because I think it's very genetically driven, and I think that's the way you were born.
Do you think people can change their age?
No.
Do you think people can change their sex?
I don't really know what sex is, to be honest.
Do you think people can change their age? Do you think you can identify with an age that's different than the one you're?
No.
Do you think people can change their sex?
No. Or yes, maybe.
Do you think you can change your sex?
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah.
You think you can change your sex?
No, gender, yes, but not sex.
No. I don't think you can ever change your biology. That's your nature. It's not changeable.
What's that distinction, and what do you think is different about that?
Because biologically you're born with certain genitalia, and but gender-wise you can feel a different way than you would, let's say, as a female or a male.
Well, I think sex and gender are different, so
Okay.
I don't really know too much about changing your sex, but I think people can identify as whatever gender they want.
Well, there's trans people that exist, so.
Okay, so you think you can change your sex?
Yes.
Your body parts, like what body parts you're born with, or like how you feel, I feel like are two different things. You know what I mean?
There are surgeries that can be done. I don't know too much about it, so.
Don't you think like the sex is the cells in your body? How do you think?
Yeah, sure, biologically. If you're gonna talk to a doctor about like some treatment or something, like sure. But I think like in everyday, day-to-day situations, it's like whatever, man, just be whatever you want to be.
Those surgeries and procedures don't change the cells in your body, and your cells still have sex. So do you still think that's possible?
I'm not totally informed on this, so I don't,
Okay. What do you think of people that think that you can change your sex based on getting some surgeries and taking hormones?
Reality says that they can't do that, so I think that we should probably be helping them either through counseling, therapy, something like that, but we should not be affirming kind of that delusion.
Do you think that people that are male should be able to compete in women's sports? What do you think about that?
I don't think I'm educated enough in that field to say.
To speak
like,
about it, right?
Yeah.
I don't have that much experience in sports, so I don't know. I'm not educated on this topic.
Well, I believe in fairness. I don't think a person with a man's biology should be able to compete in the same category as biological women.
No, I don't think it's fair for a man to compete in a women's sport.
No, because of the genetic aspect. Genetically, you're larger, you're probably more strong than the other gender.
You think that people can identify as the other sex if they want to, but they can't compete in sports, so aren't you sort of admitting that there is differences and maybe it's not completely the truth, that they can just be the opposite sex?
Yeah, I think it's definitely contradictory, and I think I, like many others out there, have a hard time and aren't really able to draw those clear lines, but it definitely is conflicting ideas that I have myself, and I think a lot of other people share as well.
Why do you think that we have a bunch of people now saying that they can identify as a man or identify as a woman if they were born with the opposite sex?
I think probably has a lot to do with social media, the internet.
I think it has a lot to do with culture, what the people that other people are surrounded by, whatever ideology they're around, that's what they're going to believe in eventually.
Do you think that on this college campus you have a hard time saying things like that? Are you worried that people might disagree with you, or you feel like you can't fully say your opinion on this, not just this issue, but any issue?
Definitely. I mean, I don't like to step on people's toes or anything, so I'd say for the most part I just stay in my own lane and do my best to make everyone feel included and not hurt anyone's feelings.
Everyone has their own opinions,
Yeah.
but like it depends on like what you say.